Don't pay back your credit card. Who cares, man?
Who gonna stop you? If the government can be in debt, so can I. So can you. Open up 10 credit cards, 50 credit cards, run them up. Keep it going, No one's gonna stop us.
Many Americans are no longer paying their credit card debts and loans because of the high cost of living. They cannot hold on, especially with the war in Iran pushing up gas prices. It's making it virtually impossible for them to pay their bills.
Don't pay your credit card off. What if we all collectively decided we're going to max out our credit cards and not pay it off? Like if we got a group of, say, like 100,000 people to max out their credit cards and then not pay it off, what are they going to do? And say we got more people to do that. All those credit card companies, they're going to go completely bankrupt. What's going to happen to the American dollar? It's not even real. The American dollar does not exist. Like there's not a certain amount of money that we have that's connected to the gold, to how much gold we have. That is completely screwed up. That does not exist anymore. We literally are just making more and more debt. Like, did you know the money that you have in the bank? They don't actually have that money sitting there. It's just a number. They don't actually have everyone's money sitting in the bank. It's literally just a number. Money is just a number. Money is not real. Something is going to need to happen because the system is collapsing. Everyone's bills are going way too high, rent's way too high, and people can't find jobs. Their jobs aren't paying enough. We need to do something. We need to come together and make a change.
Now, on this channel, we talk about credit. So if you like this kind of information, subscribe to the channel and download this free hard inquiry removal package for free. Now, let's jump into this video on what's going on and what you should do if you're in this situation.
You'll hear everybody out there telling you need to save, which I know is nearly impossible for some people. So I'm going to tell you something else. Stop paying the bills you don't have to. That's right. You officially have permission. You got a medical bill you've been trying to pay down that has virtually no interest on it or no interest. Pay them $5 so you don't get sent to collection. Pay them $2. When they call and harass you, say, please stop. Here is my payment arrangement. That is that. Do not pay them extra. The same go for those ungodly student loans. I enrolled in school, so I don't have to pay my student loans because fuck them. I'd rather get educated than pay them 10 times the amount that I borrowed. But if you can't do that, you only default after 270 days. Pay them every 200 days. Do not pay them the full amount. Stop right now paying anything extra that you don't have to, that's not going to hurt you, and put that money into whatever savings or into paying down high interest things like credit cards. I know some of you are like, I already don't pay those bills. Be sure. Check your accounts carefully and make sure you are absolutely not paying anything you don't have to. Even your car payment can sometimes get skipped once in a while. Now that might hurt you in interest or in other ways, but they're not going to take the car back on 1 month missed payment for most of us. So if you need to skip those and put something in a savings so that if you lose your job or something happens, you have something, it might be a good idea to do that. And now is the time to consider doing that because places will be less kind as the recession progresses about how they treat you regarding debt.
Everybody in 2026 knows that credit cards are bad, that you have to live within your means, that you have to try and make more money, and that you should have a budgeting app. Everybody understands that. So telling people those 4 things over and over and over is not going to change anything. It's important for us to talk about what is broken because the middle class and the essential workers have been left behind. The 1%ers who get on here and say, you just got to build a business, get into sales, be a content creator, get into AI, get rich, you can do it. Fantastic. But there's 140 million millennials and Gen Zers. Let's say at best, 40 million of us are interested in business, sales, AI, and entertainment. What about the other 100 million? What about the other 100 million that were left behind that just 30 years ago could go and get a job, work 40 hours a week, buy a house, support a family, save, budget, live within their means, and it all worked? That is gone. Saying living within your means is for the upper middle class now. $250,000 a year, paycheck to paycheck? Need to look into your bills. You're probably living above your means, okay? There's stuff we can cut. Telling someone making $48,000 a year to live within their means, that is below their means. That's what rent, healthcare, childcare, and student loans cost. You can't cut. There's nothing to cut.
It has gotten so bad. Now, a record number of bankruptcies are happening in the United States for businesses and personal people with their personal credit. And with bankruptcy, it can damage your credit score for 7 years with Chapter 7.
The U.S. economy is in big trouble. Let's talk about bankruptcies. Wow. In the first half of 2026, the first quarter, January, February, March 2026, bankruptcies skyrocketed 14%. 131,573 personal bankruptcies, commercial bankruptcies, 8,436. Chapter 7 bankruptcy rose 17%. Chapter 13 bankruptcy went up 8%. And the worst of all, ready for this? Chapter small business bankruptcies went up 67%. If you didn't know, small business is 98% of business in the USA. It's not large businesses. Small business makes up 98% of this U.S. economy. We are in an economic crisis. The economy is collapsing every single day. This is 100% self-inflicted.
Now let's talk about some solutions. If you're currently in this situation, there is 4 things that you can do to possibly help yourself land on your feet. Now, number 1, you want to make sure if you have a charge off or collection and you're already in default, just know once it's over 180 days with you not paying that account, generally credit card companies charge it off. Now, when that account is in charged off status, as long as it's not hitting you late every single month, your score begins to go up. Now, if they are reporting it with a COCO, you can dispute that because there's not an expected payment date coming up on that account. And with collections, it's a collection. It should not be reporting late at all. So you can dispute those types of items. Now, once the company charge off that account, they can collect from you, but they're more incentivized to negotiate with you. You need to be careful because those lines are recorded. And if that debt is past the statute of limitation in your state, in order for them to sue you, by talking to them, making agreements over the phone, you can reactivate that statute of limitation. Even with collection companies, you must be very careful because they're trying to bind a verbal agreement with you. So if you're trying to negotiate, make sure you're staying on that line. To my understanding, this account is paid because they're trying to trap you up. And just keep in mind, if you make an agreement and you do not get that in writing and you pay that, most likely it's going to stay on your credit. And remember, that 7-year clock actually start from the last time you paid on that account. So if it's already been 6 years already in and you pay on it, they can report it for another 7 years. It's from the last payment on that account. So keep that in mind. You want to be very careful. The best avenue is just disputing those accounts off, even with bankruptcy. If it's not 100% complete or accurate, then you have a right to dispute it, and that can come off because it's true that you did default on that account. Doesn't mean they have a right to report it if it's not 100% complete and accurate. Now, with my elite credit system, users like Greg was able to remove a collection within 12 days. So if you need my help with my one-on-one credit coaching, you can actually book a consultation. And I have my AI software. With my software, it'll find the errors in that information reporting on your credit report. Those links is in the description of the video and in the pinned comment section. Be careful, especially with collections, trying to do a verbal agreement, just talking to them over the phone, because they can end up suing you. If you say, I'm going to pay you $25 a month with collections, those are third parties. They don't really even have proof. They must show you that they have legal rights to collect on the debt. But if you start binding agreements verbally, that can put you on a hook and that can get you sued. Solution number 2, if you have not defaulted on that account, call your credit card company. Many a times, if you've been paying on time and you've been a customer for a while, credit card companies can reduce your interest rate. So see if you can call your credit card company to see if you can reduce that interest rate and let them know, hey, I'm going through a troubled time. They may even help you with either pushing that due date to a different date, which is more conducive to how you're getting paid. So most of the times, credit card companies will let you do that at least once a year. And they might even work out a payment plan with you, but just try to make sure if you're working out a payment plan with them, find out if they're going to report it late on your credit report and just keep that in mind. But You may even have on your credit card, some of them offer insurance that allows you to miss a payment 1 month. So especially if you're unemployed, things like that happen with a hardship. So if that's your situation, that can save your account and save you from getting a late payment. Third option, check with your rental company. If you're in a building, sometimes they have rental flex lines, meaning you can break up your rent payments. And maybe this will help you to break up your rent payments along with your paycheck payment dates. So when you get paid, if it's bi-weekly or weekly, maybe that will help you get on your feet. So many a times, see if your company has that. There are some accounts online with like flex pay for rental, and they give you a line of credit where it can help pay your rent, and they'll pay it in portions for you. And that might help you get out a temporary jam if you need to try to maintain your credit to help you pay some of your debt obligations temporarily. But also make sure if you're using those accounts or with your current building, find out the terms and agreement along with that, because you don't want to put your roof over your head in danger. But there's a lot of buildings and there are accounts out there, and that might be the thing that you need to help you get back on your feet after a month or two. And my fourth suggestion, if you could not work out things with your credit card companies, look at your credit cards and see which is your oldest credit cards and try to maintain those. Remember, age of credit is 15% of your credit score. So your oldest accounts, if you can hold on to those and pay those what you can, that might be your best option if you have to let some go. Now, most of the times when I look at people credit report, their oldest cards could be subprime cards, which could possibly be a good thing, because if you start missing payments on credit card lines, if you have top tier credit card companies like Chase or American Express, if they're seeing that you missed a payment, even with another company, they can shut down your current credit card lines. With those subprime credit cards, they generally don't do that. So trying to save your oldest credit card lines is something that you might want to try to do. And if you have some of those credit cards shut down on you, like a Chase or American Express, before it shows up on your credit report, which is like 30 days that account closed, see if you can hurry up and replace that credit card line with something else. Try to apply somewhere else according to where your credit score is at that time before all of that show up. So hopefully this information was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section. For more detailed questions for me, you can go to my website and all your questions go directly to my cell phone. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.